Hi, it's time for Street Talk, your voice and your views on the issues in the news. Government regulation can be overbearing sometimes, but one country has taken it to a new level by delving into the afterlife. China is about to introduce controls on Buddhist monks in Tibet over reincarnation. Starting next month, China's State Administration for Religious Affairs will enforce rules regarding, quote, the procedures by which one is to reincarnate. It will be illegal to identify the child reincarnation of the new Dalai Lama without the approval of Chinese authorities. The ban is seen by critics as an attempt by the Chinese authorities to limit the influence of the Dalai Lama, the exiled Tibetan religious leader. Jamila in New York is a bit upset at China's newest regulation. I really would like to know how in the world the Chinese government plans on enforcing such a stupid law. Joanna in Siena in Italy sees an opportunity in these new regulations. Where do I apply for a permit to reincarnate? Can I come back as a panda? Will that let me jump the waiting list? Now, white Americans are happier with life than their minority counterparts, according to an extensive survey conducted by the Associated Press and MTV. More than 1,000 people aged 13 to 24 were questioned in the study, which looked at all aspects of their lives. 72% of whites say they are happy with life in general, compared with 56% of blacks and 51% of Hispanics. Racism, real or perceived, was another part of the survey. 28% of minorities believe race will hurt them in their quest for a better life, while 20% of whites feel their race will help in getting ahead. Also, 67% of whites usually wake up happy in the morning, compared to only 61% of minorities. The study also found a split in how the races define happiness. For a quarter of the minorities surveyed, the lack of financial worries was the most important factor, while 1 in 5 whites chose a good family life as the key to happiness. Khalid in Oman believes race will always affect a person's prospects. The only remedy is to have a continuous open dialogue about differences between people. The main source of racism is xenophobia and hatred that stems from ignorance about others. Knowledge and dialogue are the only cure. Bill in California adds his view: to be a minority here in the United States all but guarantees you will not be as happy as the white majority that seems to control everything here, from the Supreme Court to Wall Street. The whole idea that the United States is about equality is a farce. Zalina in New Zealand has her own suggestions on how to be happier. If all those young people who thought life was unsatisfying turned off their game machines and went out and helped someone else, they'd soon find that life was actually worth living. Tay Zonde, a graduate student from Minnesota, has created quite an internet phenomenon with his original song, Chocolate Rain. Zonde's YouTube clip has become a smash hit and continues to dominate the popular website with nearly 7 million views. His song has become so famous that it's been parodied by stars such as John Mayer. Take a listen if you haven't already done so.
Chocolate rain, a baby born will die before the sin. Chocolate rain, the school books say it can't be here again. Chocolate rain, the prisons make you wonder where it went. Chocolate rain, build a tent and say the world is dry. Chocolate rain, zoom the camera out and see the light. Chocolate rain, forecast to be falling yesterday. Chocolate rain, only in the past is what they say. Chocolate rain.
Now, most of you have heard of air guitar, a performance in which the artist pretends to play a guitar. Organized competitions are regularly held in many countries. There's even an annual Air Guitar World Championship. One former champion that goes by the name of C. Diddy rocks out to classical arrangements in heavy metal style. Even I could do that, but then again, I might be too embarrassed. That's it. Until next time, do keep sending in your questions and comments and point us to anything interesting or amusing for Street Talk. Remember, what you see here isn't necessarily the view of Al Jazeera. Some of the content has been edited, but for time and space reasons only. And that's the talk on the street.